Hello, my friend Terry Petrovic. I have a question for you. And the question is, do you have the power? Do you have the power of happiness? Most of you watching this video are entrepreneurs. And I think one of the things that we all want to be massively successful. And on that journey towards success, we don't always enjoy it. We don't always find our place in a state of happiness and bliss. Well, I'm reminded of a quote by John Milton, and it says, "The mind is its own place, and it can make a heaven of a hell and hell of heaven." Once you understand as an entrepreneur that happiness is indeed a choice, your whole world will change as an entrepreneur. Your relationships will be better. Your success, your results will be better. And you will be closer each and every day to creating the quality of life that you want. Here's a great book. It's by Harvard professor Dr. Shawn Achor. It's called The Happiness Advantage. Shawn goes into what it takes to be happy, why happy people are more successful than others. And in this book, he actually lays out very, very clearly that most of us have been programmed with the wrong message. The program that I got from my dad was, you go to school, you work hard, you get a college education, you become successful, and then you become happy. Well, what science and research has now concluded is that's 100% backwards. Happiness is a precursor to success. If you want to get access to an interview that I did with Shawn Achor, where we talk about this in depth, just comment below Shawn Achor, and I will send you that interview. I think it's fascinating. The truth is, when we're happy, we're smarter, we're more motivated, our energy is up, our vibe is up, and as a result, we become more successful. To me, happiness is the joy that I feel and we feel in striving to reach our true potential. And for a long time, because I'm a red personality, I'm always looking to strive and achieve. I kept moving the goalposts. It was like, when I got this goal, then I was going to be happy. And then when I hit this goal, then I was going to be happy. And what happened is that I kept changing the goalposts for myself. And the reality of it is that I was not enjoying the journey. I want you to enjoy the journey. And what that means is you need to live more in the moment and appreciate the little things. And you need to focus on living a happy lifestyle. You see, my whole brand is built around living happy, staying young, and inspiring other people. I love that. To me, living happy is built around gratitude. It's about doing random acts of kindness. Did you know, here's a fun fact for you, that optimistic salespeople will outsell their pessimistic counterparts by about 56%. And also, happy people tend to have better relationships. They are more innovative and they learn more easily. Happy people earn more money. I'll say that one again for you. Happy people earn more money. So that right there should be a clue to you to, hey, get your happy on. Find things that help you become happy if you want to earn more. And oh, by the way, they're typically healthier and they live longer. And all of this has been documented by thousands of research. You can get this book, The Happiness Advantage by Shawn Achor. And his wife, Michelle Glidden, actually wrote this book, Broadcasting Happiness. Now, if you're a network marketer or you're a coach or you're an online marketer, affiliate marketer, this is an important book for you to read too. Broadcasting Happiness. What's your vibe do you send out? When you do videos like this, are you kind of like dull and boring, or do you talk about negative stuff? When you post quotes and you post things on Facebook, do you post things about your ego and how good you are or how frustrated you are? Well, I got to tell you, when you do those things, that's sending out a negative vibe. That's not a good leadership vibe either, by the way. So many times I think we're taught that if we make a lot of money, we get a new job, get a new car, have a new house, that we're going to be happy. And nothing could be further from the truth. That might create short-term happiness, but that's not long-term happiness, because that new car smell goes away. That new house goes away. If you want to create long-term happiness, you need to look at what's it going to take to bring fulfillment and meaning and purpose into your life. That's why you hear all the time, follow your bliss. Do things that you're passionate about. Because I can tell you, when I'm talking to somebody or coaching somebody about, how they can stay young, or how they can have financial success, or how they can become a better version of themselves, I get jacked up, they get jacked up. The reality of it is that we're not taught this in school. And there's not too many people who teach it outside of school, even as an entrepreneur. But I got to tell you, if you just do one random act of kindness a day for somebody, expecting nothing in return, that's going to shift your whole energy. It's going to shift your happiness. I think it feels good to be kind. I think it feels good to do good. My question for you is, how much good do you do for other people without expecting nothing in return? Think about that. What do you do consistently that you just give away and expect nothing in return? One of the affirmations I have in my reclamation statements is, I give money, time, and ideas to people and places that do good things. I give money, time, and ideas to people and places that do good things. And it doesn't really matter what your religious beliefs are. It's all about doing the right thing. It's about being a better person. It's about not focusing on what we get. It's about what we can give. Is that kind of making sense to you guys? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if it is. And if it's not, say, hey, I want to understand more about that, Terry. Understand that becoming wealthy is a beautiful thing. I'm all for that. But no amount of money is going to keep you happy. It's going to be that fulfillment that you get in that journey, in that process, and what you do with that money that's going to bring you joy and happiness. How do I know this? Well, I've experienced it, but I recently been interviewing massively successful people, 7- and 8-figure earners in the network marketing profession, and even outside of network marketing, real estate, and public speakers and things like that. Guys like Bob Berg, the author of the best-selling book Go Giver. And I asked them, what's your definition of prosperity and happiness and abundance? And not one of them said money. Not one of them said money. How can somebody go through the first 30 years of their life being a dysfunctional mess, and the second half of their life, the next 30 years, becoming mega wealthy? Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Randy Gage. And if you want to see an interview that I did with Randy Gage, this whole series I'm calling Prosperity and the Mentors, just put Randy Gage in the comments below and I'll send you that interview. And you can kind of figure out how this guy went from dysfunctional relationships, being shot, having all kinds of nasty, horrible stuff happen to him that he, oh, by the way, created and manifested, to multimillionaire and being known as the prosperity guru. Love this guy. Very powerful story, but he has some very important take-home points for you to create more prosperity and more happiness in your life. Again, it goes back to, what are you doing to bring the joy, as Brendan Burchard says. If you haven't read the book High Performance Habits, get that book. If you go to my blog, I did a whole series in my YouTube channel. You can see a whole series on Brendan's book that I dissected called High Performance Habits. And one of the things Brendan talks about is bring the joy. Who are you going to bring the joy today? What energy are you going to give them? How do you want to go into each conversation with people? You see, because that energy, that vibration does make a difference. And you, my friend, you get to choose. Here's something I really want you to focus on. I want you to focus on being grateful. If you don't have a gratitude journal, get a journal like this and write down 3 things that you're grateful for every morning. Monday, I was doing an interview with the world's laziest networker, Mark Janczewski. And what he does every morning is he just puts one thing he's grateful for on his cards. And then right before he calls people, He'll just read through all these things he's grateful for. And you know what? It just shifts and changes his whole energy. That's a simple thing to you that you can do. But be careful not to fall in the win then trap. The win then trap is, when I hit that rank advance, then I'll be happy. When I make this money, then I'll finally get to relax. Because that's a slippery slope. Because what happens typically is when you use the when I, then I will, when you fall into that trap, what happens if I don't do it? You go to the negative. The subconscious mind goes to the negative, and it becomes a snowball. And what happens is you end up freezing yourself. You get a lot of stinking thinking, and it doesn't really serve you. So choose to live in the now. Eckhart Tolle talks a lot about that. Wayne Dyer talks a lot about that. Appreciate who you are today. And you can't change the past. So I don't care what your past is. If you had horrific failures in the past, well, you know what? Those are valuable lessons that will help you and have actually prepared you to become more successful as you move forward. I remember laying in bed at night, probably 3 years into my network marketing career, where I got involved with 2 companies and both of them went out of business. And I'm like, God, I'm a good person. Why am I going through this? And one night I realized that everything that happened to me up to that point was preparing me for what I was about to undertake. So I took all that struggle, challenges, if you will, shifted it in my mind's eye and made it something that was actually a muscle and would create my strength. Winston Churchill says his definition of success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. My question for you is, can you do that? Can you do that? Can you look at the failures and the challenges that you've had in life? And can you shift them in your mind so that those things empower you as opposed to paralyze you? You know what? You deserve to be happy, but you have to decide to live happy. I want to close by recommending one more book to you. This is a book called Live Happy, 10 Practices for Choosing Joy and Happiness by Deborah Hines. Get books like this. Just read 10 pages of one of these a day. I can guarantee you, my friend, it will change your energy and it will change your income. It will change your relationships. It will change your vibration. If you want to learn more about happiness, if you want to see that interview with Sean, just type Sean Aker in the comments. If you want to get access to that interview I did with Randy Gage, just put Randy Gage there, and I'd love to share those things with you. I love showing and equipping people how they can do little things each and every day so that you can create a better quality of life. That's my purpose. That's my passion. That's my intention for you. You deserve to have it all, my friend. My name's Terry Petrovic. If you have any questions, leave them below. Feel free to reach out to me. I appreciate you. Love you. Until next time, remember this. You have a choice. Make it a better than terrific day and a prosperous one, because you deserve to live happy. Love you guys. Bye-bye for now.